Hello and welcome to this Getting Ready to Teach GCSE Maths video. This video will cover why Pearson Edexcel is the exam board of choice for GCSE Maths. We will also look at the assessment content and structure, some key resources, key differences you may find across the awarding organisations, and ongoing CPD opportunities to support you and your teams through delivering GCSE Maths. So choosing Pearson Edexcel means that you have chosen the #1 exam board for GCSE Mathematics. Our teachers and students champion the unbeatable support that we offer. We also have our very own Maths Emporium, where you and your colleagues can register for free to access the thousands of comprehensive resources to help with your planning and delivery of the qualification. The assessments themselves are straightforward in structure, and our teachers prefer the ramping style throughout the papers. The content of the course also allows students to develop their skills in order to transfer to the next stages of their learning or employment. We also offer free analysis tools via Results Plus, and you can also use the script viewer to access past student papers. The assessments themselves are made up of 3 individual compulsory papers. Paper 1 is non-calculator, and paper 2 and 3 are both calculator examinations. All 3 papers are equally weighted, last for an hour and a half, and all offer a maximum of 80 marks. The assessment objectives and their weightings are shown in this table for both foundation and higher tiers. The AO1 objectives, where students use and apply their standard techniques, are at 50% for the foundation tier and 40% for the higher tier. AO2 questions are where students need to reason, interpret, and communicate their thoughts mathematically. These are weighted at 25% for the foundation tier and 30% for the higher tier. And finally, the AO3 questions, where students are required to solve problems both within mathematics and also in other contexts. These are weighted at 25% for the foundation tier and 30% for the higher tier. Both tiers cover number, algebra, ratio and proportion, geometry and measures, and statistics and probability. This table identifies the range in weightings for both tiers. The GCSE Maths course covers a broad and deep mathematical content that's delivered through a single GCSE, but this GCSE is double weighted alongside the GCSE English. Higher tier includes questions that will stretch the most able, and the foundation tier focuses on those core mathematical skills and understanding that students need to master. There is a greater focus on problem solving and additional requirements for students to provide clear mathematical arguments. The formulae to remember for both the foundation tier and higher tier are the area of a trapezium and the volume of a prism, but higher tier candidates are required to remember the quadratic formula, the rules for the sine and cosine, and the area of a triangle. The following formula will be provided within the relevant questions. These include the surface area of a cone and surface area of a sphere, as well as the volume of a cone and the volume of a sphere. The key resources to help deliver the GCSE Maths qualification includes our unrivaled Maths Emporium. The Maths Emporium is where you and your colleagues can register for free and can obtain all abundance of practice papers and themed papers and past papers for your students. This list is not exhaustive, As mentioned, not only do we have shadow papers and themed papers, we also have over 20 practice sets. We also have scaffolded papers in our bronze, silver and gold versions, where students can remove scaffolding the higher up the paper they go. We also have common or crossover question papers where students can focus on the last questions of the foundation tier and the first questions of the higher tier. We also have 6 mock papers that are on the Maths Emporium. An additional 2 sit securely on the GCSE Maths website. And along with those past papers, examiner reports and mark schemes, we also have grade targeted papers as well. The exam viewer allows you to access the scripts of your students' past series. Here you can see their working, where the marks have been allocated, and also the mark schemes to demonstrate which method, actual, or process marks have been awarded. You can also get the general marking guidance to see where on your students' scripts the marks have been allocated specifically. Results Plus is a fantastic analysis tool. You can use this platform not only to look at students' individual performance, but for your groups or classes, for the entire cohort, or even across the entire multi-academy trust or college group. Here the analysis provides the student performance against the Edexcel national average, and you can also use highlight reports to identify the top 10 and bottom 10 key topics. This is excellent for identifying intervention strategies. We also have Exam Wizard. This is where you are able to build your own paper. You can use a bank of questions from a drop-down menu to build end of topic or end of term tests, and alongside these tests, you will also get the mark schemes. We also have a team full of experienced teachers and specialists. Each one of our colleagues here at the Maths team at Pearson have a range of experiences from previous heads of department, specialists in A-level delivery. Some of us have written specifications. We've also managed the delivery of the assessments themselves. And of course, we couldn't do any of this without our incredible specialists who are still teaching and are happy and on hand to offer one-to-one support where needed. Finally, we also have an abundance of in-class resources. These include textbooks, student and practice books. We have access to the Active Learn and Progress platforms. There is a focused range of intervention, progression and revision resources for all students to achieve their full potential. And don't forget, you can sign up for a 30-day free trial for Active Learn using the link on this slide. We also have our brand new Active Hub. Active Hub not only has resources and assessments, but has a brand new Insights dashboard. Firstly, the resource library allows for practice assessments to be auto-marked or teacher-marked. You can also assign videos and download worksheets. The assessments have an end of unit, end of term or end of year option, along with all of our past papers. And like Exam Wizard, you can build your own assessments using our bank of questions. And finally, that Insights dashboard allows you to progress targets. And finally, the Insights dashboard allows progress against grade targets. You can view this by group, by student and by assessment, and it also offers question level, topic level and skill level analysis, along with providing the next steps of learning for your students. Again, use the link at the bottom of the screen to allow yourself to book a demo. When looking at differences between exam boards, The subject content and assessment objectives are stated by the DFE, and so the differences between them are minimal. However, Pearson Edexcel assesses stem and leaf diagrams, frequency polygons, and the capture-recapture formula. You can find full details on the GCSE Maths website and on the Maths Emporium by looking up differences with AQA and differences with OCR under Content Support. Our assessments have some key differences in the way they look. Some questions have no lines given. This allows students the freedom and flexibility to show their communication through the question. Lines are provided when an extended sentence is required. We also provide ongoing CPD support for whatever needs you and your department have. We will have a programme of live network events across the academic year, focusing on key topics, feedback of exam results, and more training for non-specialists or early careers teachers. We also have a GCSE Maths YouTube playlist where you can find recordings of past events. We also work with the Chair of Examiners for GCSE Maths to provide mark scheme training. This helps with moderation in your teams so that everybody knows how to apply the mark schemes accurately and precisely. And finally, we have our team of credible specialists to help support you and offer that training for whatever the needs of your teams may be. If you need to contact us, Chris and Mel from the Just Maths team are on hand to support you with any GCSE Maths teaching queries that you may have, or you can contact us directly here at the Maths team using the email address teachingmaths@pearson.com. You can find a copy of these slides on the Maths Emporium under past events, where you can access those training links as mentioned.